is one word, just one single word, and you say it to yourself probably 50 times a day without even noticing.
And every time you say it, something inside you gets a little smaller.
It's not a curse word. It's not something anyone warned you about. In fact, most people think it's actually a responsible, mature thing to say.
But it is quietly one of the most damaging things you can do to your own mind.
The word is shouldn't. I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't want this. I shouldn't be struggling with this by now.
And just like that, you are at war with yourself every single day.
Welcome to Real Life English, the podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Max. And today's episode is the most dangerous word you say to yourself every day.
Today, you're getting 3 things. First, why this one word is silently damaging the way you see yourself. Second, how to catch it and replace it with something that actually helps you grow. And third, deep, powerful English vocabulary to talk about your inner world with clarity and confidence.
This episode is for B1 and B2 learners, but honestly, if you have ever been hard on yourself, this episode was made for you.
Subscribe if you're new. We are here every single week.
And today's comment homework. Tell us, what is one thing you keep telling yourself you shouldn't feel? Just one. Leave it in the comments. You don't have to explain it. Just write it.
Max, I want to start with something uncomfortable.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
How often do you think you say the word shouldn't to yourself in a single day?
Honestly, I never really counted. But now that you ask, probably more than I want to admit.
Most people, when they actually start paying attention, are genuinely shocked by how often this word runs through their mind.
It's like background noise that you stopped hearing because it's always there.
Exactly. And background noise is the most dangerous kind because you don't notice what it's doing to you.
So where does this word come from in the first place?
It comes from a lifetime of being told how you are supposed to feel, supposed to behave, and supposed to be.
By parents, teachers, culture, religion, social media, everything around us is constantly telling us what normal looks like.
And the moment our actual experience doesn't match that picture of normal, we turn on ourselves.
We don't question the picture. We question ourselves.
And that is where the word shouldn't becomes dangerous. It sounds like self-awareness, but it is actually self-rejection. Self-rejection means refusing to accept your own thoughts, feelings, or experiences as valid and real.
That's a really powerful way to describe it. You're not examining yourself. You're rejecting yourself.
I remember a specific period in my life when I was going through something really difficult. And instead of being gentle with myself, my inner voice was relentless.
What was it saying?
It was saying, you shouldn't still be sad about this. You shouldn't need this much time. You shouldn't be finding this so hard. Other people handle worse things just fine.
And that comparison to other people, that makes everything so much harder to carry.
Because now you're not just dealing with the original pain. You're dealing with the shame of feeling it in the first place.
Shame. Shame means that deep, uncomfortable feeling that something is fundamentally wrong with you as a person, not just with what you did.
And shame is one of the heaviest things a human being can carry around quietly inside themselves.
So how do most people try to deal with this? And what are they getting wrong? That's what we need to talk about next. Okay, here is what most people do when they notice these shouldn't thoughts running through their head.
What do?
They try to think positively. They replace the negative thought with a positive one. I shouldn't feel sad. I should feel grateful.
And on the surface, that sounds helpful, but actually it just creates a different kind of pressure.
Exactly. Now you're not just failing at feeling the right thing, you're also failing at being positive enough.
It's like putting a bright coat of paint over a crack in the wall. The crack is still there.
So what actually works?
Something called acknowledgement. Acknowledgement means simply recognizing and accepting that something is true without immediately trying to fix it or change it.
So instead of saying, I shouldn't feel this way, You say, I feel this way. Full stop.
No judgment attached, no timeline for when it should end, no comparison to anyone else.
I want to gently push back on something here, though.
Tell me,
I think there is a version of the word shouldn't that is actually healthy. Like, I shouldn't treat people unkindly. That kind of shouldn't is a moral compass, not self-rejection.
that's a genuinely important distinction. You're right about that.
So the dangerous shouldn't is the one directed at your feelings and your struggles, not the one directed at your behavior toward others.
Feelings are never wrong. Behavior can be, but feelings, they are just information.
Information. Used here, it means your emotions are signals telling you something about what you need, not character flaws to be ashamed of.
And when you stop fighting the signal and start listening to it, everything begins to shift.
There is actually a term for this in psychology. It's called self-compassion. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend going through the same difficulty.
And research shows that self-compassion actually makes people more motivated, not less. Not lazier, more driven.
Which feels completely counterintuitive. We think being hard on ourselves is what pushes us forward.
But it's actually what holds us back. The kindest thing you can do for your growth is to stop being at war with your own inner experience.
And it starts with noticing one small, dangerous word and choosing something different.
This word, shouldn't, and the inner criticism it carries, it exists in every single culture on Earth. But it doesn't always look the same.
In some cultures, the pressure comes mostly from inside the family. What you should be, what you should achieve, how you should behave at home.
In others, it comes from society and community. What a successful person looks like. What a good woman or a good man is supposed to do.
And in the age of social media, it comes from everywhere at once, all day long, every single day.
You open your phone and instantly you are seeing someone else's highlight reel. Highlight reel means the best, most impressive moments of someone's life, carefully selected and presented online.
And you compare that to your own quiet, ordinary, complicated Tuesday afternoon.
And suddenly, you shouldn't be this tired. You shouldn't be this behind. You shouldn't be this ordinary.
If you're listening from anywhere in the world, Pakistan, Nigeria, Brazil, Indonesia, Egypt, anywhere, this pressure is real and it is heavy.
And we want to say something clearly. The fact that you are struggling does not mean you are failing.
It means you are human, in the fullest and most beautiful sense of that word.
And being human means your feelings are valid. Valid means real, acceptable, and deserving of recognition and respect.
All of them, even the ones that feel like they shouldn't be there. All right, here's your practical framework for today. We're calling it the catch and replace method.
3 steps, simple, quiet, powerful.
Step 1. Catch it. The moment you hear the word shouldn't in your own head, pause, just notice it. You don't need to do anything yet, just hear it.
Awareness is the beginning of everything. You cannot change what you cannot see.
Step 2. Name it. Say to yourself, there is that shouldn't again. That is self-rejection talking. Give it a name. Naming something takes away some of its power.
Step 3, replace it. Here's the framework sentence. It makes sense that I feel this way because, and what I actually need right now is...
Let's hear some real examples. Imagine someone called Yasmin. Her inner voice says, I shouldn't still be anxious about this. It's been months. She catches it. She names it. That's self-rejection. She replaces it. It makes sense that I still feel anxious because this situation is genuinely hard. And what I actually need right now is to talk to someone I trust.
Or imagine someone called Daniel. His inner voice says, I shouldn't be this tired. Other people work harder than me. He catches it. He names it. He replaces it. It makes sense that I'm tired because I've been pushing myself without rest. And what I actually need right now is one evening of complete rest without guilt.
Or maybe you, right now. What is one shouldn't that lives in your head? Catch it, name it, and replace it with, it makes sense that I feel this way because, and what I actually need right now is,
Say it out loud, in English, tonight, just once, and notice what happens in your chest when you do. Word tour time. Let's go through today's vocabulary together. Max, start us off.
first, self-rejection. Refusing to accept your own thoughts, feelings, or experiences as valid and real. Example 1. Every time you say, I shouldn't feel this way, you are practicing self-rejection. Example 2. Self-rejection is exhausting because you are constantly fighting against your own inner experience. Did you catch that one earlier?
Next, shame. A deep, painful feeling that something is fundamentally wrong with you as a person. Example 1. Shame doesn't just make you feel bad about what you did, it makes you feel bad about who you are. Example 2. He carried so much shame for so many years that he forgot it didn't actually belong to him. Did you hear that one?
Acknowledgement. Simply recognizing and accepting that something is true without immediately trying to fix or change it. Example 1. The first step to healing is acknowledgement. Just saying, yes, this is real and it matters. Example 2. She didn't need advice in that moment. She just needed acknowledgement. Did you catch that?
Self-compassion. Treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend going through difficulty. Example 1. Self-compassion is not weakness. Research shows it actually makes people more resilient and motivated. Example 2. She spoke to herself the way she would speak to her best friend, and everything started to feel more manageable. Did you hear that one?
Valid. Real, acceptable, and deserving of recognition and respect. Example 1. Your feelings are valid even when they are inconvenient or uncomfortable. Example 2. Just because someone dismisses how you feel doesn't mean your feelings aren't valid. Did you catch that?
Highlight reel. The best and most impressive moments of someone's life, carefully selected and presented online. Example 1. Social media is a highlight reel. You are comparing your whole life to someone else's best moments. Example 2. She had to remind herself that everyone's highlight reel looks better than their reality. Did you hear that one?
Relentless. Continuing without stopping or becoming less intense. Often used to describe a critical inner voice. Example 1. His inner critic was relentless. It never gave him a moment of peace. Example 2. She was relentless in her pursuit of growth, but also relentless in her self-criticism. Did you catch that?
Resilient. Able to recover quickly and grow stronger after difficulty or hardship. Example 1. She wasn't resilient because life was easy. She was resilient because she kept going when it was hard. Example 2. Being kind to yourself actually builds resilience. It doesn't destroy it. Did you hear that one?
Inner critic. The voice inside your head that judges, criticizes, and finds fault with everything you do and feel. Example 1. Everyone has an inner critic. The question is whether you believe everything it tells you. Example 2. Learning to recognize your inner critic as a voice, not a truth, changes everything. Did you catch that?
And our last word, manageable. Possible to deal with, handle, or control without being overwhelmed. Example 1. The problem didn't go away, but with the right support, it became manageable. Example 2. Break it down into smaller pieces, and suddenly what felt impossible becomes completely manageable. Laughs. Did you catch that one?
We are at the end, and I want to say something slowly and clearly.
Go ahead.
The most dangerous word you say to yourself every day is not destroying you because you are weak.
It is damaging you because nobody ever told you that you were allowed to feel what you feel.
Nobody sat you down and said, "Your emotions are information, not failure."
Nobody told you that struggling doesn't mean something is wrong with you.
It means something is hard, and hard things deserve gentleness, not judgment.
So the next time you hear that word in your own head, catch it, name it, and replace it.
It makes sense that I feel this way, and what I actually need right now is
Say it in English. Say it in your own language. Say it however feels real to you tonight.
just say it, because you deserve to hear it, even if the voice saying it is your own.
Don't forget your comment homework. What is one thing you keep telling yourself you shouldn't feel? Write it below. Just one thing. No explanation needed.
And if this episode touched something real inside you, please share it with one person who needs to hear it today.
Thank you for being here with us. I'm Emma.
And I'm Max. Be a little kinder to yourself today than you were yesterday. And we will see you in the very next episode.
Bye. Laughs.
Bye for now.